So hello everyone, this is CA Saket Ghidia. So again a new step or a new or something very new has been initiated by the central government. If you guys remember, just 2 to 3 months back, there was a proposal or means a recommendation from NFRA that the audit of SMEs should be abolished. The audit requirement of the SMEs should be abolished, and it will have effectively abolished the audit of around 90% of the entities, thereby giving a huge blow to the practicing chartered accountants. I think the CF fraternity have not even forgotten that particular news, and a new bombshell kind of thing the government is considering to drop on the CA profession, and I effectively don't know why and the reasons of the same. So if you guys are aware or might be aware, because it is going a lot in the social media, that the Standing Committee on Finance on its 45th report has given certain suggestions to the government, and these suggestions are very interesting from the side of a CA profession. So before going into that, let me give you guys a brief background that what ICAI really do in India. So as you guys all know that ICAI is responsible to create CAs and to manage CAs or regulate CAs, because ICAI is responsible to draft the CA syllabus, conduct exams, and regulate the CA profession. So what happened around 8 to 10 years ago, that government has said that ICAI, you are very good in creating CAs, you are very good in having the examination system, you have a world class examination system, but you are not good enough in regulating CAs. So that was the stand of the government around 8 to 10 years. So the government said that now ICAI, we will regulate the CA profession, and the government has established the NFRA. And the only purpose of establishment of the NFRA was the regulation of CA profession, which according to the government, the ICAI was not effective enough in regulating the CA professions. Now what government is saying, that ICAI, you are neither good in creating CAs, you are neither good in having the CA examinations, and you are neither good in regulating CAs. So that is a very interesting U-turn from the side of the government, because the Prime Minister, the Finance Minister, Commerce Minister, Law Minister, everybody in many occasions have said that ICAI is very great in conducting, creating CAs, having exams, etc. And now the government panel is saying that ICAI is not good in anything. ICAI is not able to create CAs, not able to having the exams, and not even able to regulating CAs, because for the regulation of CA profession, they have already created the NFRA. So this particular report, the Standing Committee on Finance report, 45th report, is basically on that aspect of ICAI. And now the government, the basic idea is that the government want to create CAs. Okay, so what government is saying is that if you go to page number 25 of this particular report, I have gone through with certain aspects of this particular report, and what interesting is that, and what is circulating on social media is that if you go to page number 25, so the government is saying, okay, so very interesting is on the page number 24. On the page number 24, they are giving the examples of USA, okay, the godfather. So what they are standing here is that CPAs, most of you are aware that CPAs are as good as CA in the USA. CPAs need not to be the members of AICPA. Okay, so AICPA equivalent can be considered as the ICAI in India, and CPA is equivalent as CA in India. So they are saying is that in the USA, the CPAs are not required to be the members of the of the AICPA. So in India, we are also trying to have something where CAs are not required to be the member of the ICAI. Government is also wanting, government is also planning to create CAs, and why should ICAI have all the fun, and why should ICAI have the monopoly of creating CAs? So what government is trying is that they want to establish the IIA. And what is this IIA? It is the Indian Institute of Accounting, which will be on the same line as Indian Institute of Management and IITs. Okay. So what government is trying to say here is that ICAI should not have the monopoly of creating chartered accountants, or we can say that of creating the professional accountants in India. So government want to establish a parallel body, as it is the ICAI, and government want to establish a parallel body in the name of IIA. So what government is trying to say is that the ICAI will also create the chartered accountants, and we will also create the chartered accountant type of thing, and we will allow them, license them to practice the CA profession in India. And as per the government, this will boost the competition in the industry. And not because I am the member of ICAI or I am a practicing CA, this may be the most horrible thing in the last few years we may have heard of. Okay, if we talk about the engineering profession in India, profession in India, many of us are aware with that IITs creates the great engineers having the world recognition, like Sundar Pichai and lot of others. But how many of we know that around 80% of the Indian engineers are not employable, are not fit for job? Means if you go through a news article, here they are saying 80% of Indian engineers not fit for job. 80% of Indian engineers, means if you minus out the engineers created by the IITs and other esteemed institutes, apart from them, engineering students from any other college are not employable. And this is not I am saying, this is a report of news agency. So if you go here, then what here they are saying is that the report reveals that 80% of Indian engineers are not fit for any job in the knowledge economy, and only 2.5% of them possess tech skills in artificial intelligence that industry requires. Means if India is creating 100 engineers every year, then only 20 of them are employable. And this is the situation when IITs are there. And here the government want to create the IIAs, replacing or having the bypassing the ICAI. So I will not go into much of these. What have been written over here is that it is giving that what is going on, that what would be in the IIA case. But it is a very serious matter of concern that how easily the government is able to attack the CA profession and ICAI, and chartered accountants are becoming the squads who anybody can come and attack, and our esteemed body ICAI is not responding to these things in a effective manner. That why after every 3 to 4 months there is it is a kind of thing. It is not very good for the development of the profession of accounting in India. And as far as the monopoly is concerned, that government want to break the monopoly. And again I am saying, and again it is the very nonsense like of thing that if you want to break the monopoly, ICAI is not having the monopoly kind of thing in a profit market. ICAI is responsible for creating the profession of accounting in India, and having the monopoly in this kind of such kind of field is not bad. Yeah, what government can do is that government should have strengthened the ICAI, its working pattern. So instead of undermining the ICAI in the way of creating NFRA and now IIAs, the government should have strengthened the accounting profession in India by empowering the ICAI and not trying to undermine it. You may have any other opinion, so do share your opinion also.